What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So you might notice I am in a completely new space. I'm actually in St. Louis right now for Mardi Gras. So I figured it would be so fun to just kind of switch up my content a little bit and do like a little fun weekend in my life, because not every single weekend is school, working, grinding, you know. You gotta have some fun weekends in there too. I thought we could do our makeup together. That would be fun. So today is Friday. It is Mardi Gras day. We are skipping the parade because personally, I think once you have gone to one parade in your life, like unless we were in New Orleans, I would like want to go to that Mardi Gras parade. But once you've seen one parade, you've kind of seen them all. That's like how I view things. Oh God, I just realized this white shirt is gonna be, I can't get any makeup on it. Oh dear. That is so stressful. But yeah, so Friday, I took 2 exams. One, you know, went pretty decent. It was my human physiology class. And, you know, I really obviously like that class because if you guys didn't know, I want to be a nurse eventually. I'm actually applying to nursing programs right now. That's like my ultimate goal. If you're new to my channel, I work in the ER as an EMT. I'm an ER tech. I'm just like finishing up my nursing prerequisites because I was a biology major and I just figured out I wanted to do nursing later in my college career. And so like I had a lot of the nursing prerequisites with the biology, but I didn't have all of them. And so that's what I'm doing this semester. I'm just wrapping up my final nursing credits so then I can apply to accelerated programs because I already have my biology bachelor's degree. So it's like, why would I do a 4-year program when I can, fingers crossed, get into an accelerated program? But yeah, so my one class, my animal physiology class, that exam went pretty well. But then I'm in this other class, it's called developmental biology, and it's just not my jam. I thought it was gonna be way more interesting than it was. It was supposed to be like human development and like embryo development, and I was like, you know what, that will be so good for me and good for nursing to just like really understand those processes. But right now we're just focusing on like simple eukaryotes. So like we're doing Drosophila, which are fruit flies. We're doing like fruit fly development. And it's just like, I do not care about fruit flies. And I understand why he's doing it. He's like, you know, because this development will be a lot easier to understand and it builds on top of human development because the processes are kind of similar. So I understand why he's doing it. You know, he's doing it to prepare us for the harder material. But it's just, I find myself having a really hard time staying motivated to work on that class just because it's like, I don't care about these fruit flies at all. So that exam was really hard just because also too, it wasn't multiple choice. I've never taken an exam like that before. The exam was all short answer and it was all free response. So at least like with multiple choice, there's normally like 2 throwaway answers. So if you know the content a little bit, you can at least get rid of 2 options and then you've got like a 50% chance. Like I'm pretty good at doing that. But with free response, it's like, you know that shit or you don't. Like, you know, I'm usually a pretty good like bullshitter, but with his kind of questions, he would be like, specifically describe the transcription process of this certain fly gene. And it's like, that is not something that you can bullshit. Like you either know that or you don't. So that exam was super hard. I definitely need to be like studying differently for that class. So I think a lot of college is learning how to adjust and like learning your different study methods, and what works for one class won't work for another. Okay, you guys, I'm obsessed with Alex Earl, like the rest of us, and she recommended these little powder puffs. Y'all, they have made my makeup so much better. Like I literally look so airbrushed when I use them. Like, sorry, I know Do you see the difference in my under eyes? This is with the setting powder, this is without. Like, I just, it is just amazing. It just smooths you out so well. And then what I love about it is when you drag it under your face, you don't smudge or you don't move around your foundation or concealer. It is just absolutely magical. But yeah, if you are a student right now, drop down below, what is your hardest class? What is the hardest class you are taking this semester? I want to know. For me, it's my developmental biology class. I'm hoping as we move into like more complex vertebrates, I will start to enjoy the class more. Oh, I know. Let me update you about my life. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I post on my story every single day. So if you're like, oh my God, love this girl, go follow me over there, just because it's way easier for me to like post a quick Insta story than obviously get up a whole YouTube video. I have a fungus called Tinea versicolor. And basically what it does is it hypo-pigments your skin. So I've got like these blotchy white patches all over my skin. Doesn't itch or anything. It just aesthetically, obviously really bothers me. Like, I don't want these white patches all over my body. And so, you know, I'm getting it treated. I went to go see my primary care doctor. I've been doing topical creams, and basically it's just being extremely stubborn. So they were like, okay, let's put you on an oral antifungal. If you didn't know, antifungals are really awful drugs because fungus are very similar to eukaryotes, which is what we are. And so there are just a lot of side effects with antifungals. So I really was like hesitant to do it, but I basically needed to do it because the topical cream just wasn't enough to clear up this tinea. And so I went on the oral, and I'm on like a really small dose. I only take like 300 milligrams a week. And I got super depressed. Like, you guys, I have been depressed before once in my life. It was the lowest point ever in my life. And that is the same way I felt on this antifungal. And literally yesterday I was lying on the couch and I was so sad. And Torin, my boyfriend, who we live together, he knew it was the antifungals because he like knows a lot about pharmacology and stuff. And so he was like, Casey, you know, this behavior, like, just, it's not you, it's the antifungals. Like, I promise you're okay. And I just needed like that kick in the butt to get me off the couch and tell me that I'm gonna be okay, because you guys, I was just in a pit of despair. Like, I felt so hopeless, and I have not felt that way in such a long time, since I was actually depressed. So I almost didn't come here today, basically, because if it wasn't for Torin, I genuinely would have canceled these plans, and I would have told the person, like, I just don't feel well. But Torin knew. He was like, you gotta get off the couch, you know, like, you'll feel better once you get up and do something. And he was so right. I feel so much better today, and I do feel more like myself. And I was having such bad self-image issues. Like, those antifungals were doing a number on me, and I still have one more dose to go. So basically, if you're going through a rough patch, I feel you, fam. It's a hard world out there, you know, and I just really got like a taste of reality because you guys know me, like, I'm such a happy person. And so the fact that I felt so sad and I did have like all this negative self-image, it just really made me like humble, and it made me realize, like, I am so grateful that like I do have all this confidence and that I don't feel like this every day. And like, there are people who, they wake up every day feeling like this, and every day is just such a struggle. And it was just such a reminder to be kind to yourself and be kind to others, because you have no idea what that person is struggling through or going through, you know? So this is your reminder to be kind to yourself, give yourself some grace, and be kind to other people. There is no reason to be rude. We are all stuck on this rock together, all 6 billion of us, and we should freaking be kind to each other. I'm also having a little mimosa. So I know a question that a lot of you guys ask me is like how I balance school and work and YouTube, because like this adds a whole layer to the onion. And the biggest way I balance it is I'm something that's called PRN, which stands for part-time as needed. So basically that means that my requirements to work, I have to work 12 hours in a 6-week period. So that really allows me so much flexibility to work the hours that I want to work. And then basically because of the like just national shortage of healthcare workers, the ER is super flexible and just allows me to pick up any hours I want. So I can work partial shifts or I can work full 12-hour shifts. So I can work anything from like a 4 to a 12-hour shift. And unfortunately, just like with the national crisis of like healthcare workers and having such a shortage, I can literally call the same day. So like if I just happen to have a day where I have a light course load, I can call the ER and I can be like, hey, do you guys need tech help? Like these are the hours I can give. And almost always they say absolutely yes. Like I've yet to be turned down when I call to pick up hours. So that obviously works out great. I also work night shift. So for me, like during the day, I do school and then usually like I take little naps and then I go to work and I work at night. I try to schedule my classes to be afternoon classes so then I can sleep in during the day. But you know, some classes I have to have in the morning. Like this semester I have a 9:30 class, so I wouldn't work super late before the 9:30 class. But it's all about what works for you. And the biggest thing I've learned is just not to do too much and not to put too much on my plate, because I seem to love to do that. And I seem to love to overwhelm myself. So learning how to not do that is very hard, because I'm definitely the girl, I want to do everything. I hate saying no to people. But, you know, no is a very important word to learn. And also you have to prioritize things, which, you know, is something that you just have to learn for yourself. So for me, my first priority is school. My second priority is work. And then my third priority is like social media. And then between all of those, I have to somehow fit in a social life, which luckily social media and like my social life kind of go hand in hand, like this weekend. But sometimes they don't. Like sometimes I need to go film content. Sometimes I need to go take Instagram pictures. And so it can be very hard to explain that to my friends who don't do social media. But I mean, most of them get it, because I'm like now very open about my social media channels, where in the past I wasn't super open about it just because I was a little embarrassed. But I've been doing it long enough now that I'm like, oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel, I do social media. I also feel like it's become way more open. All right, guys, should I do like a fun Mardi Gras color, or should I leave it neutral? What do you think? I think we're gonna play it safe today. We're gonna play it safe. I know there's someone screaming right now on their couch telling me to do the Mardi Gras colors, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid to fuck it up because we're looking good right now. Oh, can we take a second for my skin, y'all? This isn't even good lighting. We're in the bathroom. Why do I look like I was airbrushed? It's that freaking puffer. It is this little Alex Earl puffer. Got it on Amazon. So good, y'all. So good. Okay, let's add a little, you know what? We'll add a little razzle dazzle. Okay, we will add a little razzle dazzle. Where is the razzle dazzle? So I got these little sticks from ColourPop, and they're great because they are just little metallic eyeshadows. So we will, oh, that looks so good. We'll go in with some green. Oh, I know, I'll put it under here. Okay. Y'all see that? That looks good. That's Mardi Gras, that's fun. All right, you guys, this is the final makeup look. I'm gonna do my lips right before I leave. I'm debating on what to do with my hair. Torrin says he likes the twists, so I don't know if I should keep the twist. My original plan was to take them out and fluff them so I'd have these big, huge curls. So I'm not sure, but I will keep you guys updated on today. Should be really fun. Happy Mardi Gras.
Yes.